All right, I know a lot of people probably haven't finished it yet, but this is a series that I really I can't help but just blast right through because I can't wait for the next episode. Stranger Things 4 is a return to form for this series. I think, not that I thought season 2 and 3 were bad by any stretch of the imagination, but it didn't capture the same magic as season 1 did, right? Season 1 was just, it was incredible. Like it was new, it was fresh, and then you get to season 2, it's like you're kind of used to being in this era, you're kind of used to being in the 80s, and the nostalgic feel of it isn't quite the same. But season 4, once we get, because I gotta say, I love season 2. Billy, the introduction to Billy in season 2, I think one of the best additions. DeCray Montgomery is one of the best additions to Stranger Things, period. That dude is awesome. And I loved his character of Billy. And I wish they would not have gotten rid of him. Lucky, though, not to spoil any major things from the season, but you do get to see some kind of like flashbacks-ish of Billy in this season. So if you are a DeCray Montgomery fan, if you are a fan of the character Billy, then there's a little bit in there for you. But I've got to say, the actual storytelling and just the visuals and holy God, the horror is unmatched. I mean, even season 1 doesn't come close to the horror of season 4. Season 4 is legitimately scary. When the first, I won't. Like I said, I know a lot of people haven't seen it yet, so I'm not going to completely give it away. But if you have seen it, you'll know what I'm talking about. The first mysterious death that happens is fucking terrifying. Definitely elements of like Nightmare on Elm Street going on here. If you watch in the credits, you will see that Robert Englund, who played Freddy Krueger, is part of this season, and you can definitely tell there's a lot of playing with dreams and playing with like someone being, you can't see them but they're attacking you, and it's horrifying. It's actually scary, and that's hard for me to say about anything. Even horror movies nowadays, they do nothing for me. They really don't. It's really hard to make a good, actually terrifying film that makes you kind of uneasy when or after watching it. But I feel like they captured that with Stranger Things 4. It does it does wane a little bit as the series goes on. And by the way, it's not over. For any of you thought that who haven't finished it and you think that episode 7 is the last one, no, it's not. There's 2 more episodes left that will be dropped later on. There's going to be a part 2. Only 2 episodes left, but they're like ridiculously long. I think one is going to be, I think episode 8 is going to be something like an hour and a half, and episode 9, the final episode, is going to be 2.5 hours. Yeah, an episode of television that's 2.5 hours. That's like a Marvel film, right? 2.5 hours. I'm here for it, man. If they keep bringing me, I hope they can nail the landing on this, because this has been so far a flawless season. Absolutely, I've loved everything they've done in this season. I love that they're splitting the groups up and that they're telling basically 4 different stories. And it just keeps bouncing around. It's like reading a comic book. It feels like reading a comic book where you're jumping around like different members of the team. If you're reading X-Men or something, you might have like Gambit and Rogue over here doing this, and Wolverine and Jubilee over here doing this, and you have to keep jumping around to get the whole story. And eventually, they are going to come together at some point. You just know it. But you have to figure out how they actually get back together, because they're literally like thousands of miles apart. They're like basically worlds apart. Sometimes they're actually worlds apart. And man, I just can't say enough about this season without spoiling it. It's like I said, it's storytelling wise and horror wise and just badassness. It hasn't been this good since season 1, and it's amazing. It's like they brought back some of that magic from season 1 and then threw in some legitimate terror on top of it. I can't wait to see the last 2 episodes. I would love to hear what you guys think. Let me know in the comments below, or if you're listening to this in podcast form, you can reach out on Instagram or Twitter at RealBrettScott and let me know what you think. I'd love to discuss this with spoilers. I just don't want to do it here yet because I know a lot of people haven't seen it, but my God, this is good. It's so damn good, and I hope they don't drop the ball with these last 2 huge episodes. All right, guys, if you enjoyed this, let me know. Share the video, like the video, all that stuff that helps the channel grow. And if you enjoy this and other things like this where I talk about entertainment and pop culture, then please stick around and subscribe. And if you do subscribe, then I'll talk to you again tomorrow.